I was warned twice not to talk. I was told that I would be killed, and the Phoenix program, because George was involved with a very important part of that, not important really, but he and Al Gray and Louis Buell and Michael O'Boyle and Ollie Whipple, it's run by the mob. Then it was a mob military partnership, joint. It was a joint operation in Korea and in Vietnam. The highest levels of the Marine Corps and the Army in those special operations levels, the individuals are actually in the mob. New Jersey.
You're talking about the mafia type mob?
I'm talking about the Brooklyn, New Jersey mob. My husband, Al Gray, Sheehan, they're all Brooklyn. Cap Weinberger. Heinz Kissinger, there's the Boston mob, which was shipping weapons back and forth to Northern Ireland. And I don't want to get too deeply involved in that. You know, they go into this drug and secondary weapons sales. Vietnam was really important because a lot of experiments were done on boys who went over there. Mm-hmm. I had, since my husband disappeared and since they have been psychologically trying to destroy me, financially trying to destroy me, because I'm telling the truth. But I was being handled psychologically. On the 4th of March, my home was broken into. They had elaborate plans to handle me. And each time, I was totally traumatized. They took my tape. They started coming in and putting sticky stuff and running my, just mind-jagging me.
Putting sticky stuff?
On the tapes, and they would put the tapes on different, they would go to a lot of trouble. They would take things that I said on one tape and put it on another. And, they were having fun with me psychologically. Uh-huh. So my husband is a friend of Scrokoff, McFarland's a Marine. All of these men are personal friends of George's. Colby, I spoke with personally on the phone. 2 weeks later, he was murdered. He went to Princeton. My husband knew him. He knew my husband. He told me, Colby told me that...
Now this is General Colby?
No, this is William Colby, who was head of the CIA.
Oh, okay, yes.
Who was murdered in a...
so-called boating accident.
I know exactly how that happened because, you see, the SEAL teams 6, 4, 6, and 8 on the East Coast, and then the odd numbers on the West Coast. The Israelis train with the SEALs. They do a lot of wet ops, murders, over here because of some sort of arrangement. The young boys, I met 3 young assassins on a bus, going up back and forth to Sarah as I went on the bus because they were sabotaging my car so often. And they do wet ops. They'll just, murder 5, 10, 20 people. And then they blame it on the Arabs, or they blame it on somebody else. But it's actually NATO rogue assassins. And it's a very small cult. I mean, I have heard the things that they do when they're colonels. It's some of the same things that they do in Cap and Gown, which is the Princeton version of Skull and Bones. My husband went to Princeton after he went to the Hun school for 4 years. He had gone through 4 years of this mind control. And the man who did it, you can see this on the video, his name was Charles Caddick, and another man named Alexander Robinson. But he was a little boy when he was, it's mind control. MK Ultra, somebody said. They had a group of men psychiatrist, when I was living with Sarah McClendon, the senior White House correspondent, who saved my life. Because she said, Mrs. Griggs, you get up here to Washington right now or you're dead. You're going to be dead. And I still feel as though I probably will be. I'll certainly be financially ruined. They are still doing psychological operations in my home, sabotaging my car, messing with my telephone, my radio. You cannot believe what I've been through in the last 2 years. It is horrible. And it's being done to other women and other wives and other men who don't go along with the program. They are murdering Marines. They're murdering sailors.
Of course, one of the best ways for you to stay alive is to do what you're doing.
Really?
Reduce this, oh, absolutely. Reduce this to video, get this scattered all over the country. They won't touch you because if you're dead, that validates everything you're saying, see. So,
well, they poison people.
Publicity is the best thing you can do.
Yeah.